There's a moment every gamer remembers. Not the game itself, but the feeling. That exact second when a controller landed in your hands. A world cracked open on the screen, and something deep inside you shifted permanently. Like a door unlocking in your brain that could never, ever close again. For some of you, that moment was 2001. A disc, a PlayStation 2, and a city that whispered, "Do anything you want." For others, it was 2013. 3 characters, 1 map, and a game so enormous it didn't just break records, it buried them. But here's the terrifying truth that nobody is saying out loud right now. Rockstar has to do it again. Not match it, not come close. They have to shatter it, completely, permanently, in a way that makes GTA 5 look like a rough draft. And the question that's been eating at every gamer, every developer, every industry analyst on the planet for 7 long, agonizing years is devastatingly simple. Can they actually do it? Because what's riding on GTA 6 isn't just money. It isn't just hype. It's something far heavier than both of those things combined. It's the weight of an entire generation's childhood, nostalgia, hope, and expectation, all balanced on a single release date. And today, we're going to break down exactly why Grand Theft Auto 6 might be the most important piece of entertainment ever created by human hands. But to understand why it carries this impossible weight, we need to go back to where it all started. Because once you see this story laid out properly, it will genuinely blow your mind. 2001. The game that built a generation. Cast your mind back to 2001. Gaming was still finding its feet. Open worlds existed, but they were hollow promises. Beautiful on the box art, empty inside. Then Grand Theft Auto 3 hit the PlayStation 2 and changed the entire conversation overnight. Think about what it actually gave people. A living city, cinematic missions, freedom that felt genuinely real, not the scripted on-rails kind, but the chaotic, hilarious, unpredictable kind where you could ignore every single objective and just exist inside a world. For millions of people, including me, GTA 3 was the first true open-world experience, and that feeling of, wait, I can do that, never fully left any of us. But here's what makes it even more powerful in hindsight. GTA 3 didn't just create memories, it created people. There are developers today who point directly to that game as the moment they knew what they wanted to do with their life. There are people who genuinely learned English as a second language by playing it obsessively as kids. Friendships built around it. Entire childhoods defined by it. That's not a video game, that's cultural architecture. And Rockstar, they were just warming up. Vice City, San Andreas, and why pressure only makes them stronger. 1 year after GTA 3, Rockstar did something that probably should have destroyed them. They leaned further in. Vice City arrived in 2002 as a neon-soaked fever dream. Palm trees, synth music, and pure 80s madness. For fans, it was electric. But outside the community, it became a war. News anchors were spiraling. Politicians were sharpening knives. Lawyers, most famously the relentless Jack Thompson, were publicly linking the game to real-world murders, standing in front of cameras telling anyone who'd listen that Vice City wasn't entertainment. It was a weapon. The pressure on Rockstar was enormous, sustained, genuinely threatening. And what did they do? They went to work on San Andreas. Because that's who Rockstar is. You don't intimidate them. You don't slow them down. You apply pressure and they respond by building something so undeniably extraordinary that the critics physically run out of words. San Andreas, 2004, is still one of the most breathtaking creative achievements in gaming history. Over 200 side missions, casinos, basketball, a full fitness system. 3 completely distinct cities, each with their own personality, their own secrets, their own soul, mountains to parachute from, deserts that felt genuinely lonely at 2 a.m., countryside roads with nothing but the radio and your thoughts. San Andreas didn't raise the bar. It grabbed the bar, launched it into orbit, and dared everyone else to follow. But as incredible as San Andreas was, Rockstar was about to make the whole thing feel real, and that would change everything in a completely different, far deeper way. GTA 4, the day Rockstar discovered emotional weight Liberty City, 2008, and nothing feels the same after. GTA 4 was controversial. I know it. You know it. We've all had that argument in a comment section somewhere. Darker tone, harder missions, less chaotic freedom than San Andreas. But strip all that away and look at what it actually accomplished. Rockstar didn't build a city, they built a simulation. The Euphoria physics engine alone was a revelation. Every punch, every stumble, every car crash looked completely unscripted. Like something genuinely unfolding in front of you rather than an animation playing on loop. NPCs reacted to your presence instinctively. Cars crumpled with terrifying accuracy. You could call Roman for bowling, sit at a bar and get so drunk Nico could barely stand, watch actual television inside the game. None of that sounds massive in isolation, but together it created something GTA had never had before. Emotional weight. You weren't just playing a story anymore, you were living inside one. And that shift in philosophy, from entertainment to genuine immersion, would become the foundation of everything Rockstar built next, including the game that still haunts every studio on Earth, GTA 5, The Curse of Being Too Successful. September 2013, GTA 5 launches. Within 72 hours, $1 billion. Let that number actually land for a second.
It's a video game that is shattering sales records.
When the game made almost $1 billion in sales.
$1 billion in 3 days. It eventually becomes the highest grossing entertainment product in human history. More than any film franchise. More than any music catalog. More than books, streaming, all of it. And then it just kept going. A game from 2013 still selling in 2025, still charting, still pulling in hundreds of millions annually, still hosting millions of active players across multiple generations of hardware. That's not a normal product trajectory, that's a cultural institution. But here's the brutal irony nobody talks about honestly. The very success that gave Rockstar unlimited money, unlimited time, and total creative freedom also built a prison, because the expectations aren't just high now, they're structurally impossible. Sam Houser himself, co-founder of Rockstar, admitted in a rare interview that he goes to bed thinking about the next game and wakes up to it being the first thing on his mind. That's not excitement, that's weight. GTA 5 didn't just set the bar, it became the bar. And every day it kept dominating. The bar climbed a little higher and the pressure grew a little more suffocating. So what does a studio do when trapped between an impossible legacy and an uncertain future? Apparently, they go build Red Dead Redemption 2. And in doing so, they accidentally made everything dramatically worse. The game that broke. Every comparison, $600 million. 4 years of brutal, obsessive, uncompromising development. Red Dead Redemption 2 is not a game. It's a statement. Rockstar standing on a mountaintop saying, "This is what happens when you refuse to compromise on anything, ever." NPCs that remembered your face and your actions. Weather that physically changed how characters walked and behaved. Mud that clung to clothing realistically. Horses with individual personalities and genuine bonds with their riders. A world so meticulously handcrafted that players were still discovering tiny, beautiful, completely irrelevant details years after launch. Wildlife with real behavioral ecosystems. A story that made fully grown adults grieve a fictional character like they'd lost someone real. By any honest measure, the most detailed open world ever constructed. And it created a crisis, not just for Rockstar, for everyone. Because from that moment forward, every open world game released by any studio with any budget was dragged into the same unfair courtroom. Assassin's Creed, Ghost of Tsushima, Cyberpunk. Incredible games in their own right. But they all launched into a world where the first question was never, is this good? It was always, how does this compare to RDR2? Players were tired of saying it. Developers were tired of hearing it. And yet, nobody could stop. Because RDR2 didn't just raise the standard, it became the standard. And the only studio on Earth with the resources to top it is the exact same studio that built it, which is precisely why everything now rests on one single release. GTA 6, the weight of Generation's 7 years of silence, 7 years of leaked footage, desperate Reddit theories, analyst predictions, and one single trailer that broke the entire internet the moment it dropped. 7 years of a whole generation growing older, carrying memories of a game some of them played as children, waiting for Rockstar to finally say, here it is. The numbers don't feel real. Analysts projecting $8 billion in the first 2 months alone. Economic models suggesting launch day will cost the US economy over $1 billion in lost productivity, because millions of people simply will not go to work. Major publishers are openly terrified to release anything near its window. Not cautious, terrified. That's the shadow GTA 6 cast before anyone has even played it. But forget the numbers, forget the projections. None of that is what actually makes this game significant. Think about who is waiting for it. Think about the kid who was 10 years old when GTA 5 launched, sneaking onto an older sibling's console, completely transfixed by Los Santos glowing at golden hour. That kid is in their early 20s now. They've lived through school, through heartbreak, through everything a decade of real life throws at you. And through all of it, GTA was always there. In the background, in the culture, in the late-night conversations. That's not a customer base, that's a generation. And GTA 6 is their moment. Rockstar isn't just making a game, they're trying to recreate a feeling. That exact, irreplaceable feeling of a world opening up and genuinely changing who you are. For people who already know exactly how high that feeling can reach. That's the real pressure. That's what keeps Sam Houser up at night. Can they do it? Honestly, I believe they can, because Rockstar has never once, in 25 years, failed when the moment truly demanded it. And when you're finally standing inside that world for the first time, feeling it breathe around you, I think it's going to hit in a way nothing ever has before. But whether they clear this impossible bar or fall just short, one thing is already written. GTA 6 is not just the next entry in a franchise. It is a referendum on what this entire medium is capable of. The moment that either proves gaming has no ceiling or forces us to face the possibility that some heights simply cannot be reached twice. The wait is almost over, and I genuinely don't think any of us are ready for what's coming.